Jake,
Hello.
episode 2, buddy.
Yes,
Um, a weekend off. We had a
correct.
weekend off. Those don't happen often. How was your weekend off?
It was good. My parents actually came up, so that was nice. Got to visit with my
Yeah,
parents.
yeah, I got to see him for a little bit.
Yep.
The pressure for you to move forward in your life is peak, buddy. They want you to get married and have kids, and then they want to move here, like now.
They told you that?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't tell me that.
Actually, they told Haley that.
Well, yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I
the
have no
the
comment.
bloodline must continue.
I have a sister. She has 3 kids.
Yeah, but you're the only boy.
Yeah.
So no, you got the whole weekend family experience. You went to the farmers market.
Yep.
Yeah, you spent time with your friends and your family, and you did the normal weekend
Yeah,
thing.
I did actually zero wrestling related things except for practice on Sunday.
Yeah, was that fun? Was it good?
Yeah. I can feel myself get antsy though when I'm not like working,
Yeah, I
which is a
know
real me problem.
it is. It
So
is, but it's definitely yeah. I mean I know what you're saying.
yeah,
I know exactly what you're saying. So, but all right, let's talk about what we're gonna talk about, and then let's talk about it. Okay.
sounds good.
So yeah, I think we're gonna spend a little bit of time talking about the U23 Greco performance. Um, we're gonna talk about the foreigners that are training in the United States. Um, we'll spend a little bit of time talking about the PWL event that's coming up, Iran versus Russia. And then I think what we're really going to dive into today is the rule changes for the girls at USA wrestling events. So,
Just
um,
yeah,
yeah, I'm
it feels the most out of pocket thing they could have done.
it's interesting.
I don't
So I'm gonna
understand.
leave. I'm just gonna leave it at that for right now,
Yeah,
right? And then, to finish up, we'll answer the internet, and then we will, do a clip from the website. So,
perfect.
um, episode 2, man, let's
Yep.
freaking get it going.
All right.
Um, so first, U23 Greco. U23 Greco had a I guess a milestone achievement. Um, this Becca dude,
Yeah.
first U23 Greco medalist ever. Um, he's
For
actually a
yeah.
he's actually a Georgian transfer. In 2022, he wrestled at the U23 World Championships for Georgia. He got fifth place. I don't know if you count that as whatever, but I mean he's good. He's got a history of success behind him. I don't know how he got to the United States. I don't know when he got to the United States, but I'm happy he's here. He's doing a good thing for United States Greco. Um, but I mean, really good for USA Greco to get somebody to be the first. Hopefully, a couple more can follow suit. Um, but what do you make of this?
Well, the first thing is that I didn't realize that was the first. According to this, that is the first American to get a Greco medal in the history of the U23 World Championships.
Yeah, I was not aware of that either.
That is if it's factual, which I mean, I don't know why anyone would lie about that, but that is that's pretty wild. I don't know. I mean, in general, America doesn't um, do too hot in Greco. I mean, the one dude we have who's doing the best right now is like 40 something, who is also a transfer,
Um,
kicking out,
yeah, well, I mean,
kicking.
it's hard to say he's doing the best.
Well,
Yeah,
well, sorry, he is. I mean, Kamal Bay is messing him up
yep,
for sure. That is for sure. But the fact that you just don't see people that age make it as far in tournaments as he is doing.
definitely not Americans. I
No.
mean, but Greco athletes have longer lives than freestyle athletes for sure. Um, there were quite a few older Olympic medalists in Greco at the previous Olympic Games than you would typically see out of freestyle athletes.
Yeah, that's true. They were also bigger though, correct? Like heavyweight.
Well, I don't. I mean, the 77 kilo guy, the Belanuk, it was his third Olympic medal, fourth Olympics,
Well, so, yeah, so that's like at least
16
12
years.
years. Yeah, 16 years. Yeah.
I think there seems to be less parity in Greco, where once you're the man, and you're really, really hard to beat. Um, but I think it does allow, I think it does allow for athletes to train a little bit longer, and maybe there's something to it. I don't know, but you don't see a whole lot of Greco athletes getting ACL repairs regularly. You don't see a whole lot of Greco athletes getting their shoulders repaired regularly. You know, they seem to have a longer shelf life for sure.
Yeah.
But I will say this. So I was kind of going through the results because I'm a believer that USA Greco is doing some things well. I'm a definite believer to that. But I went through and I looked at our results so far, right? And I know at the end of the day, you're only going to be counted by your medals. So we've got one, first time ever, okay? But we have three other kids in the rep charge. So 55 kilos is in the rep charge, 82 kilos is in the rep charge, and 130 is in the rep charge. So if those guys win two matches, they all get bronze. So they're in that match where you have to win one to wrestle for bronze, right? But then I went back and I'm kind of looking through it. So 60, 63, 67, 72. Every other guy except one weight class lost to somebody who lost in the semis for the most part. So
That's tough.
like, yeah. I mean, just like,
You can't get pulled back in.
no, you can't get pulled back in, and then you're like losing to somebody who's like, okay, they lost 3-1 in the semis. That you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got turned once from forced parterre, and then you couldn't turn them, or something happened. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just really hard to get an accurate feel of where the United States Greco guys are at with the rep chart system. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see our guys get more match opportunities inside of these tournaments to have a better gauge on it. But, you know, that's not the system. That's not the way it plays out. But I do know that like we took some really, really close losses. Like our one guy, he was the one seed. He lost to the Iranian first round, and then the Iranian lost to the like Russian in the semis or like second round or something like that. So the Iranians in the third place match. That's who our guy wrestled first round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. That is tough to get over. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're catching like the best guys. We're just
yeah,
we're just catching the best
well
guys.
we're catching the second, third best guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I don't know, man. It feels like they're doing some things really well. It really does. They're pretty exciting to watch. I know that the dynamics have shifted. We talked about this a little bit coming back from U17s, and then kind of like what we saw at the Olympics. It's changed. The style of Greco right now is bent over, and it's like pure 2-on-1s. It's pure parterre. You know, every once in a while you get kids who are going to wrestle on their feet, but the quarterfinals, the semifinals, the finals, it's like a head position battle. No one's getting attention for head down. Um, you know, you pretty much just stay center, get your shot on top, and have a good gut or have a good lift. And for the most part, it seems to be a good gut.
Yeah.
So, you know, these guys, That's just not how it's being called in the United States. And unless you're really paying attention to international wrestling, from experience, it's going to be hard to prepare guys for the actual tournament they're going to wrestle.
Yeah.
But man, I think the guys out there doing Greco full time, like the coaches out there doing Greco full time, are doing a good job. Basic at Northern Michigan's doing a good job. I know um, Joe out in New York. He does some Greco full time athletes. He's doing a good job. There's some guys that wrestled Greco for a long time that are investing more into Greco in the United States.
Is that what is Pat Smith doing some of that? Or
I'm
is he
actually not
still
sure what Pat
competing?
Smith is doing. I think he's still in Minnesota.
Yeah, he's still, and I mean, I imagine they're kind of he's probably like the go-to guy on Greco stuff around there. I don't know.
Yeah, well, him and I mean, Brandon Paulson is
Yeah, yeah,
Greco as well, but um, yeah, I think there's some, you know, the club wrestling scene helps. Period. So if you got guys that are willing to put into the club scene and help kids train Greco full time, that's only a benefit to USA Greco.
yeah. The funny thing about this guy is that most time you see Americans transfer out, you rarely see foreigners transfer in to a like a unless it's for. Does he go to college? I mean, he's not in college, is he? I have no idea.
I don't know, but Ildar was a transfer as well,
Yeah, he does pretty well.
and then Vera was a transfer as well.
Okay.
So I think the Greco, I think the Greco community has benefited from foreign transfers, obviously more than the United States has, but I
Yeah.
think that there's been more opportunity for guys to transfer in and have, you know, an immediate impact on the Greco community in the United States. But
Yeah.
the more Greco guys they can bring in, the better as far as I'm concerned. I know, um, I can't remember his name. I think it's like I don't know, but for for a while, like Momir, I think was his name. He was a guy that was helping out at the training center, and then there was an Egyptian that was also helping out at the training center.
Yep.
You know, so they've definitely the U.S. Greco program has definitely had foreign influence, as well as like benefited from having a couple guys move in and compete. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I hope that guy wins. I hope Becco wins. Then I hope those other three guys are able to find themselves in a medal match tomorrow. Um, and I hope U23s walks away feeling good about their future Greco prospects.
Yep.
So time will tell.
Yep.
But speaking of foreign transfers, let's let's talk about who is in the United States right now. It's actually making me super jealous.
Yep.
I'm super sad that I don't have an opportunity to get out to the East Coast to be around this guy. But Ray Higuchi is in America. He
Yeah.
spent the weekend at Cornell. I heard he did a couple matches with Vito, and then he's going to spend a little bit of time at Lehigh Valley Wrestling Club as well. So today's Tuesday. I'm pretty sure he's at Lehigh right now, training with the Lehigh Valley guys and Coach McCoy. But look, man, frankly, I am pissed off to be in Iowa right now.
uh, yeah, yeah. I don't know. All these other places are getting I don't know, these guys are I don't know if they're paying I assume they're paying them something. I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, they have to be,
Yeah.
right? But here's my like this was what was cool when Sidakov was in America. Also pissed off I couldn't go see him. You know,
Yeah.
my rage is just boiling. So Sidakov came to America in the like around Fargo time. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Um, but the cool thing about Sidakov was that they opened up a couple camps for him. You know,
Right.
that they gave him an opportunity to win some money. They gave kids an opportunity to learn from him. They gave coaches an opportunity to learn from him. I want that trend to continue. I want Lehigh to be like, hey, Ray Higuchi's here. This weekend, we're going to have a 2-hour clinic with Ray Higuchi. He's going to go over his drag single and he's going to go over his leg lace series. And then I'm buying any plane ticket and I'm flying out there and I am going through 7 pens of ink, writing everything down.
Yeah. Yeah. The the share model and this kind of stuff is good. It's good for the sport.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like it's not being shared though for the most part. It's like being bragged about on Instagram. Like, look, have you will never get this. La 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 la.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm saying the idea that you had is good. The
Oh
what's happening is like Abakarov was in Oklahoma State and it's just pictures of him in RBY and maybe I just haven't found video somewhere of it, but like these guys are training with all these high level foreigners, and all you see is that it happened and not what happened. Sidakov has some clips out there of like some of the stuff he showed and teach and taught, and like that's great. I think there should definitely be more of that and less of the just social media picture.
yeah. Well, like when Snyder was at Ohio State, who came in? Taha, right? A Kugel,
I don't know.
or was it Gino? I can't remember, but
Yeah,
one of those two was in training with Snyder, and I think it was Taha. I really think it was Taha, right? But like, look, man, we don't get the opportunity to like ever have access to these guys. So I would like, even if they do like an online, right? So like, hey, we're gonna stream this. We're gonna stream this thing, this whatever, right? We're gonna stream it on Rockfin. Cost $5, dude. I'm in there. Just let me watch him teach some stuff. Let me
yeah,
watch. Let me watch him talk about what was important for him.
yeah.
Who's are you trying to look up?
I
You'd
was
have to go
trying
to
to find who came in with Snyder, but
yeah.
I
You'd have
couldn't
to go
find.
to his page and it'd be way
Well,
deep. It'd be
well,
way buried.
Snyder's page has nothing. This is Snyder's page.
Ooh, uh,
I mean, you can go to the real side, but it's 4 posts.
what happened to all his stuff? I wonder if he got hacked.
No, he's probably just I don't know. I don't know, but it literally says he has 2 posts. So maybe Rudis is making him only post Rudis stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe we just got to do it.
Do what?
Pay these guys to come over and do camps at our place.
I mean, I'll take a loan out.
Well,
I'm just gonna start spamming these guys.
it's doable.
I mean, it's just. I just. I mean, I think that I think with your breakdowns and stuff like that, you're doing a really good job and you're really close. But we're still at the end of the day guessing.
Yeah.
I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah. And if there's a chance that our kids get to wrestle those guys, that'd be even better.
Oh my god, dude. Hayden Schwab would be like the happiest human on earth if he just got to like touch Ray Higuchi. Like he would just go through the moon. He'd
Yeah.
be like, dude, I got arm dragged by Ray Higuchi and it was the coolest thing ever. So I don't know. I just want And it is selfishly, but I also think it's good for wrestling. Like, don't hoard these guys. Like, let people experience them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, just keeping them in a freaking wrestling room and then clout chasing with Instagram afterwards is just uh, it's just anti to the stuff that I believe in
Yeah.
on two fronts. You're being selfish, and your Instagram post is stupid.
uh,
So
all right. In about a month, there will be a Russia versus Iran duel format in Russia with some pretty big names on the list. I'm sure. Sometimes you can find these streams on YouTube. Sometimes you can't. You have to go to Wrestling TV. I think is the .ru
is
or
it Russ?
something.
Yeah, it's like Russ Wrestling TV or something like that.
I literally think it's just Wrestling TV. Oh, I misspelled it. I misspelled it again.
This is good content.
Yeah, it's normally this site. So yeah, and sometimes they have it streamed. But on here, and sometimes they have it on YouTube.
Sick.
So
You could do the doot 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 Iran. Doot 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 Iran.
I mean, you could.
Just hear that the whole time. It's in Moscow though, which is super interesting because
Well, that's where the PWL stuff is out of.
yeah, I know, but by all accounts, um, from what I'm hearing from like people in the wrestling world, like you just don't go to Russia right now. Like it's not a place to visit currently.
Oh,
When they're kind of at war, they're
yeah,
at war with everybody, you know.
yeah,
But the wrestling world is better when Russia is involved, and I am super excited for this. I think there are going to be a couple matches that are just sick, just absolute bangers.
yeah,
And by absolute bangers, I mean absolute 3-2 bangers.
yeah, yeah. Second period action only.
Yeah, yeah. So a good 3 minutes of hand fight, and then a good 3 minutes of scrapping. But um, I'll tell you what, I'm always excited to watch Ugaev, and I'm always excited to watch Sidikov, and I'm always excited to watch Sadulayev.
Sajalayev is not there, brother. Not the
Oh,
Sajalayev
sorry.
you're thinking of. This is a different one.
Okay. Well, whatever. I'm excited for the other two for sure, but I'm
Yeah.
also super excited to see who the heir to Russia's 57 throne is going to be. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to that match as well, but um these matches are going to be good, man.
65 is going to actually be sick. Mamedov and Amuzad.
Yeah, I just don't know if Mamedov's big enough.
What? You're thinking of somebody else. This guy's always been 65.
Oh, I'm thinking of who was
Magomedov.
typical. Yeah, I'm thinking of Magomedov.
Yeah, he's normally 61.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Mamedov is a 65 pounder or 65 kilo guy.
okay.
And if you don't know Amuzad by now, it's, I mean, dude's a world champ.
Yeah, Olympic silver medalist.
Yep, got silver this year. So that will be a good match. Sidikov is wrestling as well.
I think 70 is going to be a good match too.
You know those guys?
Shurayev?
He's not Fireman's Carry Shurayev.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Well, the other Yazdani he's been a world champ.
This guy?
Yeah, he's the guy who was a world champ and then forfeited to. He had to wrestle. Who are they not allowed to wrestle? Israel.
Yeah.
He had to forfeit to Israel first round that next year.
I don't know. They have a bunch of Yazdanis, actually. I don't know who this one is. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. This guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
Silver at Worlds in 2021.
Okay.
Silver
So
at Worlds in 2023.
yeah.
Won the Asian Championships in 24.
Yeah. So 2022 was the year that he had to wrestle. He was supposed to wrestle Fine Silver first round, I think,
Yeah.
and they're not allowed to wrestle Israel.
Yeah, so that guy's pretty good. Um Gossenpour's good. Kadiev sounds familiar. I just can't remember.
It's not Gudiev though.
What? Oh
Gudiev.
no, it's not. Um, Zabrailov, I think, is pretty good. I think this guy wrestles Sajalayev fairly often, and they're kind of close-ish matches sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, Goloji or Golobi or whatever.
Yeah,
I can't say it. He's freaking good, and then Zaire's good as well.
yeah,
So this is gonna be a sick freaking duel, man.
yeah. Got to figure out exactly what time it is, or find the stream after.
I wonder if they're gonna do the PWL outfits or if they're gonna do singlets. So I wonder if they're gonna do like the sleeveless jersey
They
and shorts.
normally, they have normally done singlets.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. Because I know one time they did the jerseys and shorts.
yeah. They typically do singlets for at least. I think that was like one time they did that, and the rest of the times they've done.
All right. Well, either way, November 23rd. Who wins?
Yeah. Oh. Uh. Hmm.
6-4 Russia. 6-4 Russia.
Yeah. Like matches, 6-4 matches.
Yeah.
That's probably a good guess.
Yeah, I got 6-4 Russia.
Maybe it's 5-5 with criteria.
That's gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it, man. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll do a breakdown on it when it's done.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Okay. On to the what will probably take up the rest of most of the show.
Yeah, so if there was a direction we were gonna take this, we are about to go down the rabbit hole deep on this rule set. This
Yes.
is one of the crazier rule modifications that I have ever seen, and it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. So let's go. Let's go. How do you want to do this? Do you want to go through each one, or do you want to kind of like just hit each one real quick and then go back and talk about it?
Um I don't care. We can literally follow along the video and pause it if you want to do that.
That seems like really bad content. So I think what we need to do is just go through and like read the rule
Okay.
and then probably go. I don't think we need to necessarily watch the video.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I only pulled out a couple rules, the ones that I thought were the like strangest, but we can definitely I mean the first thing is
Well, just go back real quick because this is where you'll see these rules at, right? So it says
yep.
on the first page. This is going to happen at Folk Style Nationals. So this weekend
Yep.
in Des Moines, and then the Folk Style Tour of America events, which I'm not familiar with those at all. We don't participate in those, but
Yep.
some of you out there might be.
Yeah.
So have fun.
So we get to firsthand experience this weekend, and I am excited. So first thing is basically this is kind of what they broke it down to is a step out rule and a neutral start rule is like the categories that they have changed, and within those it's just like chaos. So
Yeah, well, so I mean, look, let's just pull the neutral start out right away. There's no choice top bottom anymore.
correct.
Each period starts neutral.
Yep. So that includes first, second, and third period. First overtime's neutral. Second and third overtime also start neutral, but we will get there because it's a wild rule set for second and third overtime when nobody scores in the first overtime. but we'll get
Yeah,
there.
so I mean, like I've seen quite a bit of uproar about the rules. You know, there are some people posting on social media and stuff like that, kind of being like, "This is nuts," and I was like, "Whatever. It's just freestyle step out, and then it's just like neutral starts. What could be the big hoopla?"
Not freestyle step out first off.
I was so wrong.
Yeah, it's let's get going. So it is 1 point for a step out. 1 point for a step out, but it has to be a neutral position. Can't happen top bottom, and neither wrestler can be one or two knees on the mat. So in freestyle, if you're the attacking wrestler and you have your knees on the mat, but the other person's on their feet and you go out, you get a point. But if in this case, in the USA wrestling modified ones, if anyone has one or more knees on the mat and you go out of bounds, there is no points. There is no points. 0. So if you're about to go out of bounds, hit a knee. And if you're attacking somebody out of bounds, do not touch your knees.
Okay, yeah, but here's the go through these. Just go to the next one because I'm gonna get.
Okay. Well, so I mean, if there's a
Yeah, if you finish your takedown, you get the takedown points. No step
yeah,
out.
just like in freestyle, if you start your action and they step out, you get to continue your action.
Yes.
The person who steps out cannot score. Basically,
Yep.
is what this one says. So just like freestyle, if you step out, you can't come back in and then score. This is the one or two knees thing. No step out point if you hit one or two knees by anybody, not just the defensive wrestler. If there's a straight arm push out, there will be no step out, but it's an automatic stall call for the person pushing the wrestler out. Oh, this one is wild. If you have a leg up,
Yes.
if you have a leg up in the armpit, and you take them to the edge and walk them out, you get called for stalling as the person with the leg. The attacking wrestler gets called for stalling if you walk them out of bounds. And there's no step out point. Just
because only one foot is down.
Yeah, because there's only 1 foot on the mat. That's a strange interpretation because I mean, I don't know how you can't be the attacking wrestler if you have their leg. It's just strange.
Well, dude, here's my thing. Okay, so walk them to the edge and drop their foot.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
keep one foot in bounds. Let go of their foot.
Yeah. That's funny.
Because here's my thing. Here's the alternative to that. Let's say I've got you on the edge. I've got a single leg up. I'm on the edge. I go to finish. We go out of bounds, and I don't finish. I don't get a step out.
You get called for stalling. Maybe.
No, because if I'm trying to finish, I shouldn't, right? This says
yeah, but we know how this stuff's interpreted.
Okay, yeah, listen, there's going to be some bad interpretations. I'm aware of that. But if I go to finish and then I don't, now you have a knee down.
Or not.
Yeah, and we go out of bounds, I can't score. You have 1 foot in the air. Oh, it's so fucking bad.
It also says nothing about two hands. You go to finish, 2 hands go out of bounds. That's a step out in freestyle.
Yeah.
It's only about your feet. This says that if you stand up from bottom and get taken out of bounds without neutral wrestling be established, there's no step out. So step outs only happen in neutral, not in top bottom. If you do stand up and get an escape and then step out, there's 1 escape and then 1 step out for the opposing wrestler or whoever pushed the other person out of bounds. So, I mean, it's just Um, just says the same thing basically. You can escape and make them step out. Not looking at the official signal. This is neutral start modification. So, at the end of each period, wrestlers start each period in neutral, including all the overtimes. First, second, third period plus overtimes in neutral. Overtime rules. First overtime's 1 minute period, just like the current high school rules. Any type of point scored in sudden victory stops the match, and it's over. If no scoring, there is 2 30-second periods. This is where things get fun. So if there's no score in the first overtime, 2 30-second periods. So similar. So it says they'll be conducted similar to the freestyle activity period, where one wrestler will be placed on the clock, and if you fail to score in that 30 seconds, the opponent gets a point. So it looks like there's a coin flip, I guess either every time. I think every time. So the wrestler winning the coin flip chooses if she wants to be on the clock first or second. So whatever. And then
Well, you want to go on. You want to go on the clock first. If you finish reading these rules, you want to go on the clock first. It would be dumb to pick second because the last score wins.
Smart. Yeah, so
You always choose to go on the clock first.
yep.
And then honestly, you don't have to do anything. Who cares? Give up the point.
Yeah, well, the entire 30 seconds in each second and third overtime will be wrestled to completion unless there's a pin. Again, if the wrestler on the clock doesn't score, 1 point's awarded to their opponent. The opponent can score as many times as they want in this period with whatever. It doesn't stop.
People.
Huh?
Yeah, both people can score as many points as they want.
Yeah. But like it doesn't stop the clock. If
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
No. If you don't score, you're losing a point no matter what.
yes.
Even if the other person scores a 7-point takedown.
Yep. So after those 2 periods, if the score is tied at the conclusion of the second and third overtime, the wrestler scoring last will be declared the winner, which is what you were talking about. If you go on the clock first, you lose the first point, and then they're on the clock, and nobody scores. You get the last point, you win. Which is interesting.
So here's what's frustrating to me. Okay, so the message that is coming out of this has been, we want to do these things so girls feel more comfortable transitioning to freestyle. Okay, then wrestle freestyle.
Yeah, listen,
you can. You made the neutral step out, which already has a really good step out. There's already a really good step out rule system in place from freestyle and Greco, right? And then you created your own. And then halfway through it, you were like, well, when we go to decide our winner, if the match is scored, let's go look at what freestyle does. So it's like you totally forgot that freestyle and Greco existed, and they have a very solid, very good, pretty universally accepted step out system. And you fucking ignored it. And then you got to the end of this process, and they're like, well, what if it's tied at the end? Well, let's go see what freestyle does. We can consult freestyle now. So bad. Overly complicated rule set for what most girls will do, 1 tournament a year. I don't mind blending the rules. I don't mind that at all. But you're making everybody learn a crazy, niche subset of rules for a handful of tournaments a year, including the officials.
Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare for the officials because for multiple reasons. One, it's new to them, Absolutely. So there's going to be mistakes made, which is fine. It happens. The real issue is the the coaches or the parents in the corners who are going to have an aneurysm trying to figure out what's going on and yelling at the ref the whole time because nobody knows what's happening.
You know what's fun though?
What's fun?
This is a USA Wrestling event, so guess what we get?
Pinpoints?
Challenges.
Oh. Oh. Every match?
Yeah.
That's sick. We're going to win so many challenges.
Ah. This is just leading itself to be. Look, there are really good coaches out there, and I'm not going to put everybody in this category, but when you hear a step out rule, you have to auto think freestyle Greco. You have to auto assume that's like what they've gone to, right? So, okay, bad on the coaches who aren't going to be prepared for this. But at the same time, like, there's a line of logic that exists where it's like, hey, USA Wrestling is going to a step out for girls wrestling. Oh, well, my next thought is, yeah, that makes sense. They have a good system in place with the UWW rules for step outs. It's probably just like that. Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. They created their own. And I don't know who created it, but why?
Yeah.
But why? I don't want to sit here and just bash on USA Wrestling this entire time, but you had a rule set that already existed that a lot of your officials are already comfortable with. And then you just did the weirdest thing ever. You just did the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, well, there is it like the problem that they can't get three-man mechanics for referees because I think people are okay with doing one-man mechanics and reviews. Like on a rule
You
set
mean like
that
why isn't it freestyle?
yeah, well so yeah, like if
Well,
they're deciding to do this is one of the issues that they can justify having one ref for this because it's not freestyle.
I don't know. I
Because if
mean, I
that's the
know
case,
that,
like
but
just do
I know that
freestyle.
like a lot of states have girls folk style wrestling, so giving them folk style opportunities, it still kind of makes sense.
Well, the Iowa high school girls is folk style,
I know, and now
but
modified folk style. It just
no,
doesn't don't. We have three. We now have four styles of wrestling in the United States. We have folk style, freestyle, Greco, and now modified folk style.
yeah, yeah,
Why?
I, I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
There's no shortage of girls on college teams. There's none. There's zero shortage of available girls on college teams.
Oh, you're saying that this will their thought is that this is going to get more girls to wrestle in college?
Well, like why what's the big drive to like they're like we want to expose girls to freestyle so they feel more comfortable with it. Why?
Yeah, but also
Like the whole spring summer is freestyle. And now apparently girls Greco.
okay, different day. Um, yeah, I look if you want to be exposed to freestyle, do freestyle.
You would think. I
Um,
just I
well, so I was at so when I was at Simpson, um, lots of girls never wrestled freestyle before that were on the team.
Mhm.
They did just fine.
Yeah.
They did just
And
fine.
and frankly, like if the premise of this is like we want to get girls comfortable like with some of these things, then how do you make it a different step out?
Yeah, well,
This doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. It is so crazy. Folk style is a top bottom sport. And
was it? Yeah,
you
it's
you
control. It's based on
yeah.
control.
And you removed that portion of it. And then you
Well,
added the gooberiest step out rule I've ever seen. This is almost worse than when you could be under attack and jump out of bounds and score a step out point. because the other guy just stepped out of bounds first. That was a bad interpretation of the rules.
Yeah.
They fixed it. Good for UWW. Moved on. This is trash.
Yeah. Yeah. That's me. I mean, they definitely are trying. If their premise is to get girls comfortable with a new style, that is a good thing to do. But just do the style.
Yep.
Because now they have to learn. So they're comfortable with folk style is their thought, and then like, okay, we'll ease them into freestyle with this rule set, and then they have to learn different rules when they actually do freestyle, which is just I mean, just learn the freestyle. I mean, it's different, but so is this. It's different, but so is this. I don't. Yeah, it's gonna be. I can't wait to do this next week again, recapping how the rules went for girls. I think it's gonna be very interesting. What are you pulling up?
I'm trying to see if they have. Uh, this is just really weird. In short, these rule modifications provide for a step out point in girls folk style competition, as well as the institution of a neutral start in all three periods. These rules were approved by the Junior Olympic Committee, then accepted by the USA Wrestling Board of Directors. Also supporting these modifications were the Women's Age Group Council and the USA Wrestling Girls High School Development Committee, which is fine. But at USA Wrestling, we believe the best way to champion the future of girls and women's freestyle is with incremental steps, not drastic mandates. The step
Was
out point and neutral start modifications are simple first steps in shaping the future of girls and women's wrestling, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, but then you made the step out rule different. You freaking morons.
yeah. So here's the other thing. So
Why?
essentially, there's so girls' high school is what style?
Folk style.
Boys' high school is what style?
Folk style.
Okay. Uh, girls' senior level, which is kind of what USA Wrestling is trying to work towards, correct?
Yeah.
Is what style?
Freestyle?
Yep. And boys' senior level is what?
Freestyle Greco?
Where is the where's the modified folk style rule set for boys? They don't have one. Not that we
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Not that.
Well, so they're. I mean, I definitely agree, but they're talking about um, the future of girls and women's wrestling set by NCAA Women's Freestyle Wrestling.
That's fine,
Okay,
but at
so
some point,
yeah, why are you drawing the line? Where's the like?
it's so like if these girls
I get
have Olympic dreams, just like a lot of the guys do,
yeah,
and your fix is to transfer rules towards a freestyle mindset, then do it for guys as well. Like, because the only style you can win an Olympic or world wrestling medal in is freestyle or
for
Greco.
girls,
Yeah,
for girls,
for girls and guys. Like,
beach baby.
okay, that's a completely different rule set as well. Um, yeah, it's seems very convoluted for no reason.
I
Or
mean,
or
just
or we're just not understanding the reason at all, which is I don't understand.
well, I can only use the reason that they gave.
Read it.
And
Say it one more time. The reason.
okay, let me pull it back up. Okay, so it says at USA Wrestling, we believe the best way to champion the future of girls and women's freestyle is with incremental steps, not drastic mandates. The step out point and neutral start modifications are simple first steps to shaping the future of girls and women's wrestling, set by NCAA Women's Freestyle Wrestling. Okay, look, I'm on board with that. But
Yes.
then you made them different rules. It's just why? Why? Like I look, I guess kind of here's where I'm at, right? Like you hear it with college guys all the time, college coaches, college officials. Why wouldn't you just move to a step out? Why wouldn't you just move to a step out? If this is the step out that they're gonna move to, don't move to a step out.
No.
Do not move to a step out. Make it the freestyle step out. That is like in line. Boom. 1, 2. In freaking line.
Yeah.
Instead, you went one. Now we got to take another step to learn a different set of rules. Oh, and now it's in line with you're not championing. You're not championing anything except confusion.
Yeah.
God, I've got gray hair in here because of this.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be a fun weekend though. I can tell you that.
Eads is gonna have a heck of a time.
Yeah, we got to send him this video. By the way, I will. There's a video that I'll try to remember to put in the description of this that you guys can go look at to see these rule modifications in practice. So
It's worth looking at.
yeah, especially if you got girls wrestling.
Or if you're looking for a good laugh.
Yikes! All right, all right. Is there anything else you want to say about these rules before we move on?
Just why? Just why? Just do the freestyle step out.
Yeah.
This just goes back. You know what? This just goes back to the thing that like I've been kind of telling people for a little bit here. The sport of wrestling loves more than anything to just take a sawed-off shotgun to the foot. Just shoot myself in the foot and make sure that this is way more complicated or way more difficult than it needs to be, or we're just going to accept bad products because it says the name wrestling in it. That's just like we just continue to accept less than products, and then people are just like, oh, that's just what it is. This is a bad product. I don't care. I don't care how it goes this weekend. This is a inferior product to pure folk style or to the freestyle step out. It's a bad product.
Okay.
Clip it.
It's fine. Listen, I'm not saying anything different.
Moving on before I throw my computer.
Here's the deal. We're at 53 minutes.
Yeah.
You want to try and wrap this up within the next 7?
Yeah. Well, I have to leave at. I have to leave at like 12:05.
All right.
So,
Let's just hit clip of the week, and then wrap it up.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's not drag this thing on. We can't only drag USA Wrestling so much.
Yeah. Okay. So I pulled up a random clip from the site.
Right.
We'll see. This looks. Oh, I think I know what this one is. All right.
Hang on, let me guess. 102. Okay, so this was this year.
Yes.
This was this year.
Yes.
It's 6-5. Oh, Carr's about to score.
Yeah. Yep. I think that you're correct. So let's watch. Down block. Single leg cut back. Double leg finish. Sad. Good for Carr though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, sick clip because I think it's pretty much in line with some of the things that we really are actually working on at club right now, right? Like he shoots a single leg. He tries to go backside finish. It's not there. But guess what is there then? Head up across cutback. And head up across cutback is just a great secondary single leg finish opportunity.
Yeah. So here's where I think it goes wrong. Right here. Well, not wrong, but like this is where O'Toole I think makes a mistake. Good down block. They're basically separated. Oh. Right there.
Oh no.
Just
Get away from him.
Just giant reaching window, and then steps the same side foot up. That's tough.
That is, and I remember kind of thinking O'Toole looked uncharacteristically tired
I
at
think
the
that's.
NCAAs last
I think
year.
he talked about that as well.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. In his last interview, he really talked about it. And you know what, man? The thing I think I really appreciate about Keegan O'Toole more than anything is that he's always been really honest about like what he's going through or how he's feeling or stuff like that. And that insight is just awesome for um, like kids and coaches to hear. Because I remember thinking like, man, he just looks fatigued for whatever reason, and then he's like, I don't know why I'm so tired, but I am, and maybe it's stress or maybe it's this or maybe it's
And
that or
he's
whatever.
pretty
But
big for 65 too.
yeah, well, I know he's going 74 next year
Yeah.
for his 6th year, but
Yeah.
good job by David Carr going twice.
Yeah.
You know,
And here's what you were talking about. Hits a single
you
leg,
know,
gets his head up and strong, cuts him back. Good finish choice.
yeah, I just committed to staying in front. I mean, get 2 legs makes it really hard for a guy to scramble. You know, I these are just two really. These guys have been awesome for college wrestling for the past uh, 5 years. It's been really exciting to watch them battle it out, but it's also been, um, I just think that they've been really good role models. I know when Iowa State and Missouri have come to town, these two dudes have just like, I mean, the forearm fatigue just has to exist from signing just
Yeah.
copious amounts of autographs and having really good interactions with people. And I'm, I'm super grateful that they have been the type of college wrestling athlete that they have been. Um,
Yeah.
kids
Carr
love
Carr messaged me a couple months back on Instagram, just saying, "Hey man, I appreciate like the stuff you put out."
that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's awesome, and it feels like every interaction that I've seen him have with kids and stuff like that has always felt genuine. So it's super awesome to have good humans be successful because the reality is you don't have to be a good human to be a good wrestler, but people will enjoy you a lot more.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes.
And I know Carr went up and did that camp at Mason City with Pritchard, and everything I heard, Carr and Lily Luft and Blades and um, was Mason Paris the other guy up there? I'm pretty sure it was Mason Paris, and then um, you know Bill Zadek was out there. Everything I heard, everybody did a great job, and you just look, man, tell people they're doing a good job, and these two dudes have done a fantastic job.
Yep.
They've added value to the sport of wrestling by being awesome wrestlers, by being completely awesome wrestlers, but then also by being just champions of like being a good person.
Yep. I
So
agree. And on that note, I think we can wrap this thing up.
yeah, good clip. Good clip. So episode 2, done. Episode 3, reviewing the disastrous rules of the preseason nationals. I'm sure I'll come
Hey,
back and I'll say yeah, it wasn't that bad.
hey, it is yet to be determined if it's disastrous.
Yeah, sure. Low expectations though.
Yeah.
And then
I
hopefully we get to talk about the first ever U.S. Greco gold medalist, as well as a couple more Greco U23 world medals, and then tons of U23 freestyle results. And then, dude, next week is gonna be sick.
yeah.
Senior World Championships. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. See you guys next week.